So we start with structure, and whereas PAX, it provides that structure. It's a nice foundation for it. After you get the structure and for them to be able to, function in a classroom, then they can take in academics. So you kind of need like that baseline first.
Always having a new program can sometimes be difficult, but it worked right into everything that we were already doing. Using PAX sticks, which are just pulling out sticks, something that you think is so easy, but it means a lot to the kids, random choosing. So it's just good classroom practices.
The whole idea with the PAX Good Behavior Game is that we're giving teachers an hour to 2 hours more of engaged learning and more teacher time for implementing their curriculum. So that's really the foundation. That's teaching children self-regulation, really the same way that you would use strategies to teach children math and science. So they're doing that with behavior without losing time from curriculum. It's allowing teachers to implement behavior strategies into everything that they're doing throughout the school day.
What we were looking for at Porter was a way to really set a very specific standard for what our expectations were in the classroom in terms of behavior and working together. But we also were looking for a way to bring some joy back into what we call school. So when we looked at some of the research-based programs that were out there, PAX really just stood out as the only option. So we implemented PAX over at Porter. We saw some great gains, and we have seen a significant decrease in our disciplinary incidents here at Fraser. When we compare ourselves to the same time period from last year, we have reduced our number of referrals by over 2,000. Just the feeling in the building is a lot more calm than it was last year. Kids are happier, staff attendance is up, which is another measure for me about how well we're doing as a school. And I really attribute that to the foundation that PAX allows you to set collaboratively with your scholars. PAX helps you set those standards and expectations and behavioral routines and things like that, but at the same time it makes school fun. You see a change in the staff when you bring something like PAX in too.
We are going to play Pirates. When we play Pirates,
the end prize is it's an intrinsic prize. It's called the Granny's Wacky Prize, where you will do a reward for like a minute or maybe like 28 seconds. They really seem to really enjoy that. And usually if there are things that they want to do that they put in the bag, they're working even harder for it because it was their ideas.
let's do Pirate. Arr! Arr! Seasick! Shark! Shark! Shark!
Part of the goal that I appreciate from PAC is as much as the student management component, but the self-regulation component, because that's a life skill. Teachers who have experience with PACs have said it changes the entire school. This particular year, we've had 0 office referrals. So we've gone from over 300 to 0. And it's because we're teaching children how to manage themselves. And I think that's the best testimony for PACs.
This is a very trauma-informed approach on dealing with behavior, which means using a harmonica instead of using a high voice will be less triggering to a student that's maybe had trauma where there's been yelling or disruption in their life before. PACS works because it's an evidence-based trauma-informed approach that gets student buy-in and teacher buy-in.
So it teaches children that critical skill of self-regulation, of time and place, for long-term success.
We would not be able to make the gains that we have made behaviorally, academically, socially, especially in terms of the climate and culture of this building, if we did not have PACs. So we're really, really thankful for all the opportunities that have been presented to us, but we know that PACs is something that we need to continue to weave into the fabric of Fraser School.